Hello, good day, how are you? Welcome to Strange Seed Demo. It's a really interesting game that's free on Steam right now if you want to also give it a try. I really love this game and I wasn't expecting it to be this good, and I'm glad I had a lot of fun playing it. I hope you liked my playthrough of it, and thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more content. After messing around in the game settings for a little bit, I try my hand at the combat system. I encounter a lizard and I fight him. I run into a little salamander and he tells me he wishes he had a tail like a salamander so that he could jump higher. I try and cheese my way up this wall, but I guess he's right. I guess I will actually need a tail to do that. Well, that was getting me nowhere. I finally decided I had enough. I cannot cheese my way up the wall. So let's go exploring. After walking for a little bit, we see this very questionable looking creature called a geoduck, whatever. And he tells us that he needs friends. We said we'll be his friend, but he said no, he doesn't want to be friends with a necklace creature like us. So off we go. We don't want to be friends with him anyway, he sucks. Just walking around a little bit, looking around, getting to know the environment. I go across the river, and I realize if my face is underwater, I'll drown. I walk up to the slime creature and talk to him, and he says that his brother disappeared after following a path around here. So I was gonna go look around and see maybe we could find him, but this geoduck started trying to kill us, so, well, we have to defend ourselves. It's just geoduck steak for dinner. After wandering around a little bit more, I find my first nest, and this is the way you're supposed to equip parts to your body. After seeing what parts I was able to gather by exploring, I turned myself into what can only be described as an abomination. I take a little bit of time to stretch my newly equipped legs as I jump around happily, looking around for things to do. That's when I remembered that Geoduck who said he wouldn't be our friend because we didn't have a long neck. So I go back to him, having grown a long neck, and I guess now we're friends. He then makes a decision that he will regret almost immediately. After wandering around for a little bit, I ran into this slime and she tells me to get pumped, bro. I see some beetles and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be an easy fight. It indeed was not an easy fight. So now, I have a personal vendetta against these beetles, and I'm going to defeat them no matter what it takes, even putting on that ridiculous head. When I finally figure out how to get up that hill, I'm going to show those beetles what I'm made of. Okay, now this is just getting annoying. I gave it one more try, and oh, okay. I actually did. I should get up there. So I'm heading to the Beatles. I'm ready for my rematch. Then I realize I actually have to aim this head. It doesn't just auto aim. Also, it takes time to aim, which the Beetle is giving me none of. I make a very brave tactical retreat and try again. It was stuck right there, and I was trying my best to hit it. I just could not aim. I just couldn't aim. It would not let me hit it. I actually managed to hit it, and it was not happy. It came for my soul, and I made another tactical retreat. I had more issues aiming. I had no idea how to aim this freaking attack. I spent some time stumbling around angrily because I literally cannot hit this beetle for the life of me. I spent so long trying to hit this beetle. I basically lost all hope. I'm angry. And I'm like, why? Why will this just not aim? And then that's when I figure out. On the lower left-hand corner of the screen, this whole time, there has been a tab button that auto-locks you onto an enemy. And this entire time I've been struggling, thinking that, wow, this is a really badly implemented attack. This entire time, it's just been me not noticing that very prominent button right there. It was my own fault. Alright, after getting over feeling like an idiot, I decided to continue playing the game because I'm actually having quite a bit of fun despite what just happened. After a little bit of time, I go up to a nest and toy around with all the parts I found so far. It's so incredible to see all these different effects on every part. It's like really unique. I don't think there's another game out there like this. I look fabulous. I meet Andy, says sorry, but my queen needs help. Turn around and go to the big tree, so I guess that's where we're going next. Cause apparently we can't advance anymore without that. So our goal is set. After I finish up what I was doing out here, of course. I was getting a little too adventurous near the river, and yeah. After going around the map a little bit and gathering points, I actually figure out what the scale points are for when I try and add new parts. They actually put a multiplier on body parts that you equip to make them stronger or increase their effect, which can be bad or good depending on the part that you equipped. They also make them look different, bigger or smaller, which is probably why they're called scale points. But it's a really, really interesting mechanic. I spend a lot of time trying to make myself look as cool as possible. I look like a pumpkin, and I love it. We are finally heading into the tree and doing the main quest. I wander around for a little bit in the cave once I get there, and I find this salamander that says his boss said if they can beat her up, they get the egg spade and how to get over there. I think that it would be easy to get over there if I just flew, but apparently I was wrong, and now I have to fight the lizards. After messing around in the nest for a little bit and editing some things, I finally think I had enough jump points to make it to the other side of the bridge. After nailing a jump and walking up to the queen, she calls me her hero and tells me that the boss salamander has been bullying her aunt and that she would like me to defeat him and bring her his hat as proof. I say sure. No, not really. No way. Then she decides to give me some backstory. She tells us that long ago their mistress fed them a liquid that made them grow large, but in turn drove the lizard insane. I decide to eat her eggs, and she does not seem to care before we head off to fight the lizard. So after taking a little bit of time to give myself a makeover, I decide it's finally time for us to try and take down the boss lizard. So here's my first attempt at the boss fight. I was a little nervous before going in. Oh wow, he actually does have quite an interesting hat. He says, "So that queen sent you to rub me out, eh? I'll show you who the real boss is." He was already ready to scrap. I spent some time laughing to myself at his really bad accent I was saying in my head. Oh boy, it was pretty funny, I'm sorry. I was actually completely unprepared for this boss fight. I still got hit, even though I got out of the hitbox. I'd have to react a lot sooner if I actually wanted to get anything done to this guy. He was moving too fast and activating attacks way too fast for me to actually aim and hit him. I was actually just completely getting owned by this lizard. He was just too fast. I was getting choked. I wasn't playing very well. And then he threw out minions! Like, oh, I've already, oh, great. He even has like a breath attack that just rains all over the field. This is not a good time. I died. It was clear that we were going to need to make some changes before attempting that boss fight again. The gooey duck head just was not good for that boss. I decided to give the salamander head a try so that I could bite him quickly and not have to stop and aim. We don't even get to speak to him this time. He just immediately starts attacking upon approach. We lost a ton of health within the first second of the fight, and we're not doing much better. I bit him for 8 damage. It wasn't very helpful though. He's just absolutely destroying us. I got one decent hit off on him. He's just rushing at us. 2 hits off on him, he still has a ton of health. And then he starts with the minions, and I mess up and try to attack, and I couldn't dodge in time, and I die again. Okay, I'm gonna have to get a lot better if I'm gonna want to beat that lizard. Alright, it's attempt number 3. I'm serious now. I'm being as aggressive as possible, trying to land as many hits as possible. I'm still getting hit a bit. I'm very clumsy. He gets his minion out, I'm ignoring him. I'm trying to get in as many hits as possible. He's under half. I might actually win this one. He's so close to death, so much health, and I fail. I step in the AoE. I was so close. It's clear that I'm getting better. Instead of rushing directly to the boss, I decide to explore around his arena. Maybe there's a secret. Maybe there's some kind of thing that I missed that maybe would help me. Maybe a part that would give me more health. I'm not sure. But I just do it out of curiosity. I find this weird circle. It says it's a shrine for salamander. It says I'm a salamander. It says something is happening. I get free health and biomass, and it also gives me axolotl parts. I went back to the nest and I started equipping them. It seems like the axolotl part, the axolotl head specifically, has a really good attack on it. Maybe this is just what we need to take down the boss. Here we go. What I hope is our final attempt. We have the axolotl head and we start the fight. The axolotl head attacks extremely quickly. Let me jump and move around whatever I need to get out of the way. He's almost half dead already. He has me in some. Oh, no, there. We're absolutely demolishing him. He's super low. Maybe we can kill him. He's launching back-to-back AoE attacks and we hit with every single one of them. I'm below half health and I finish him off. We get all this food. We head back to the queen and she says that I did an amazing job. She gave me that I got the hat and she gave me the biomass and says to give a little time with her eggs. And I ask her why. She says because it's time for her ants to take over the tree again. Alright, so that's that. We can finally pass this ant and head into the new area. He also decides to thank us before we head on. So that'll be it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and if you want to see the next part, please like and subscribe and tell me what you thought of this one. I'm happy to finish this game, and I think it's a really interesting game. I'm super excited for it to come out fully.